everybody, welcome to this episode of So Much Genergy. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving and happy full moon tonight. I am by myself. Jeff Jones was out of town, and last week I was supposed to get an episode out, and it was just so busy with the work week, with the week trying to get together before the holiday. And so, yeah, that's really why I didn't get an episode out. So here we are this week. So happy new week. It's the end of the month. It's crazy. It's almost December, which is crazy to think about. I wonder if I know that darkness has been bothering everybody. So I'm hoping in this episode to bring some light to the situation and some fun information this week. So let's get started. So much energy. Put in your booby rocks.
Live your best life. Keep doing you.
So much energy. Let's stick together with some high kicks. Wow, wow. Yes, welcome back to this episode. I'm Jenny McKinney, the host of So Much Energy, and I'm so thankful that you're here. I am so full of gratitude, not just at this time of the year, but just in every day. Full moon today, so that really is bringing in awareness to the end of some things. We're going to start some new things with the darkness getting dark earlier. Why is it that we lost an hour, but it's like we lost 3 hours of daylight all of a sudden? I don't know, but someone needs to find that real quick. Woo! If you find yourself in a challenge this week or anytime around this holiday and you are upset, finding yourself in upset, anger, abandonment, loneliness, things like that, you can, when you change your awareness to gratitude, just sit down for a few minutes and be thankful for whatever. Or let's say somebody's made you real irritated. Take a mental minute. Like if you have no time during your day and you just have people coming at you all day, go into the restroom, take a minute and just be grateful that you have a job. Just be grateful for a car that works. Be grateful for whatever, fill in your blank. Because sometimes it's so hard to we get wrapped up in all of our life things, and then it's just easier to stay on that like negativity train and just keep barreling down the trainway, at 100 miles an hour into negativity. And then that's what we're going to keep attracting to ourselves. And so if you just change your state into a state of gratitude, that actually rewires your brain. And so the more that you practice gratitude, then the more things that'll happen for you to be grateful for. So see how that can be a switch? I know sometimes, if you're just so deep down into this rabbit hole of, let's say you've spiraled, just come up 2 steps. Gratitude will bring you up a whole lot more. But yes, just think of something to be grateful for, and it'll help pull you out of that state. And then just think, okay, we're gonna pause. We're gonna hit the pause button on that, and then we're gonna come back. Okay? And then guess what? You might forget to come back to your anger and pick it back up and where you left off. But if you just pop into gratitude for a hot second and then come back, it won't be as bad. So Thanksgiving, yes. Oh my gosh, I hope you had an amazing holiday season, whatever that looked like for you. And I know that this year is a year of, which I've shared a few times, is a year of seeing people for who they really are. So maybe you had to break up with some people, and that could have been some of your family too. And so whatever this holiday season looked like for you, I hope it's exactly what you wanted. Let it be peace, ease, smoothness. So even if you were alone, maybe that's what you needed for this year for you to start your journey on your peace, of your own peace. Thanksgiving, what did we do? We did a turkey trot, which is 3.5 miles. It's a 5K, downtown Johnson City. That was a good time, super fun. I think, thousands and thousands of people. And what I noticed is that each time Josh and I did something this weekend, every time we were somewhere, there was an energetic ring out around us. And what I mean is, when we were at the turkey trot, let's say there's 10,000 people there, they were all pretty jammed. And then all of a sudden it's just Josh and I, and then we had like an energy circle out around us where people didn't get very close. I'm very claustrophobic, so I usually push my energy way out anyway. And so I just wanted to share that because we're all full of energy. Everything is energy. And you have this amazing ability to push that out and let people stay away from you. You know how some people are like, don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't do this or that. You can push that energy out. And just, I'm not saying like create a barrier. I didn't even know I was doing it, but all of a sudden I noticed that nobody was by us, and I thought, thank goodness. And then I jumped into gratitude for this little energy circle of protection around us, which was great because there was 10,000 is a lot of people. After that, we went to brunch at a hotel, which is super nice. Not for the hotel workers, we always are grateful for them. I did have some amazing connections when we went to the restaurant. The manager said she loved my hair. We ended up chit-chatting. We laughed. We had a really good chuckle. I did tell her I've been working out, so if she needed some backup, let me know. I can flip some tables. I should be able to press some cars on their side pretty soon. Yeah. Oh! So I've been going to the gym. I've started weight training again, and it's been going really good. It's one of those where I'm finding that my body's a lot stronger than I actually knew it was, and I'm super excited about that. I keep telling Josh, fill my muscle, which he's so sick of. So that's been pretty fun. But I did want to share, and this is not a sponsorship by any means. I just wanted to share that we have started working with a functional medicine doctor. And functional medicine doctors are in it for, they have more of like a holistic approach. They can look at your overall health. And I would say, I guess if you would call it like one negative, but one lack of benefit in this area is that they only take cash. They don't take insurance. But at the same time, because they are not, I would say, dictated to by insurance, they have a lot more flexibility. And it's been going so amazing. So I think I'm on day 55 with them. I've lost about 13 pounds. I'm pretty sure I'm at 13 pounds. Not a huge weight loss but I'm also doing weight training now, so I'm not too worried, but I can feel that my body's getting smaller. Smaller in the sense of inches lost, and I'm getting stronger. But here's the main thing. They did a complete blood panel on us, and they ran, this blood panel would be equivalent to $3,000 if they had to charge insurance. They ran an entire blood panel, and they tailored the supplements directly to me. So I had just random symptoms, right? And what they're finding is that most people actually have an autoimmune disease and don't even know it. How crazy is that? People are so frustrated and they're like, I can't figure things out. And it was the same thing with me. So I went to the doctor. You go to one doctor for this, you go to one doctor for that. Well, they do an overall extensive review of your entire blood panel. And so I had just different issues, random things that I would mention. And he's like, oh yeah, that's hormonal. Oh yeah, that's because you have low iron. Oh yeah, that's because of this. And I can tell you, after 55 days, not just a 13-pound loss, that's a bonus. But thinking more clearly, I know a lot of us have had issues after COVID. I've had COVID twice, and then where you just have that brain fog. And so this eating plan that they put us on, Josh has a specific eating plan he's on. I'm on a different eating plan, but we're still able to have meals together with things that, are cross-referenced. And yet just getting out of the brain fog, sleeping better, feeling when I wake up, there's the thing, I can't feel any better. I didn't think. And so I rated my energy, I guess, at a 9, because I thought, well, I guess if I could have better energy, I don't know. And so I rated it a 9. There was a list of different symptoms that we had, and I think I had, I think 52 symptoms I had on this list. I didn't have an autoimmune disease, but I did have some other things that were off the chart and some things that were very low. Like my vitamin D was extremely low. And then, and it can be just like one little thing. It might be like one little factor that you had no idea that can change all of it, which is so crazy. And so, put me on some supplements. I do these shakes. I have like a hormone powder that I put in a shake. Super helpful because, I mean, just getting older, I mean, you have a hormone shift and then things start shifting in your body. And it's just been such an amazing journey to have a doctor listen to you. So you meet with them once a week or once every 2 weeks. And it's telehealth. He's in Michigan. And so I just want to share this information. If this is something that you're interested in, you can go check out their videos, look at their reviews. I'm not doing this by, because it's a paid advertisement, because it's not. I just want to share this information because I know how good we feel, that I want you to feel that way. If you're on the struggle bus with some health issues and don't know where else to go, or you're just sick and tired of the health industry, right? And you just need somebody to listen to you, because that's one thing that is so frustrating. When you go to the doctor, they have to see a certain amount of people and probably write a certain amount of prescriptions. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like you're seen and heard for all the things. And plus, they're limited on the blood things that they can do. Yeah, I'm so excited. My cholesterol, let me just share this one number. My bad cholesterol went down 70% in 35 days. 35 days. Even he was shocked. He was like, I have never, ever seen that. And then, just because the hormone shake is working so great, it's allowing me, because I was having muscle recovery issues, which I didn't even know was a symptom, but one of the questions was, do your muscles hurt after you work out? Yes, not for a normal amount of time. My muscles would hurt for about 4 to 5 days, when I know like after 1 to 2 it should hurt, but mine would hurt until the next workout again, and then it just was always hurting. So yes, that's a huge factor. But 70% bad cholesterol reduction. And after COVID, my heart rate my normal heart rate, just in case you want my whole life story, here it is 62 to 64. And after COVID, it was staying at like 79. And so I really had a hard time trying to do cardio after that, because there was so much pressure on my heart. I didn't have high blood pressure. I just had my heart rate was so high that I was scared to keep working out that hard. And so now that I'm on this hormone shake, well, I guess it's shaking up my hormones. It's working out so great. So I wanted to give you the information. It's called Integrative Wellness. They're in Livonia, Michigan, and the website is iwcenters.com. And if you end up signing up with them, feel free to give them our name. We do get a discount on a product, which is great. But I want this so bad for you to have the benefit of this, if that's something that you're looking for, especially because we've been on it for almost 2 full months. They do have a payment plan that they offer. I know it's the holidays, but maybe it's time to say no to buying gifts for everybody is a materialistic thing. Maybe you buy gifts for, cousins on cousins on cousins. Maybe cut that out and think about doing this for yourself. Just something to think about. So I wanted to share that. And on that note, I did want to share this week, I found, I was thinking about self-care and how self-care is, everyone's like, oh, self-care, like it's a whole industry. But here's the thing. When we were growing up, we were never taught about self-care, right? We grew up in the age of like people pleasing and just doing stuff for other people and like authority figures, things like that. Not, oh, let's take a time out, you know what I mean, for ourselves. So these are some things that I just wanted to share that you might be able to implement into your life now. Not only, yes, gratitude is the practice, but that's more to change your brain waves, your brain connections for positivity. So if you're finding yourself negative all the time and you change to gratitude, it helps change your state and change your brain pathways. Here's a list of spiritual activities for self-care that everyone can begin today, okay? The first one is contemplation. So I found this quote and it was very helpful. It says, contemplation involves thinking continuously about something, studying and musing over it. Usually something worthwhile and important pertaining to life and meaning. When this kind of reflective activity goes very deep, when a person becomes still and highly focused as they ponder, the ego dissolves temporarily and contemplation becomes increasingly like meditation. So if you think about contemplation, you are giving your brain space for new ideas, perspectives, and things like that. So contemplation, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And so it just gives you that space that can be almost meditative. Something to think about, right? Contemplation. Number 2, spend time in nature. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how good this is for your soul. Okay, so if you are stressed out, under pressure, it's so good just to get out into nature and leave your phone. Don't wear your headphones, don't take your earbuds, things like that. This is for you to just be present in your body and feel your body in the air, looking at the trees, on a path. Maybe put your feet in the grass. Hopefully it's not in the snow right now. That's a little chilly. I mean, I'm a hiking ambassador, so I do hikes. So if you're interested in doing a hike, reach out to me and I'll schedule something. Most of the time, usually in the winter, I don't do very many hikes. I usually do them more in the spring and summer, fall. But sometimes it gets pretty warm here in the winter. But if you do need to be out on a hike and you're in this area, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to get together. The third thing, non-judgment. Oh my gosh. Okay, if you've ever been in constant judgment, you should agree that judgment can be a toxic way to live and would not help us achieve emotional and mental health. So if you think about this, if you are in a space and you trauma bond to people, that's a judgment. And so you're judging the situation, you're judging people. So if you take a break from that, you actually are able to hear your inner guide. This one quote, this was so great. It says, judgment robs us of the ability to hear our inner guide. It's a way of conforming to what is commonly accepted, making it more likely that we ourselves will fit in and be accepted, or in essence, loved. The fear of not being loved and accepted can lead us to shun and reject others in an attempt to ensure we are not shunned and rejected. By living life in this way, we are submitting to the ebb and flow of the consensus rather than living with a conscious intention for what we want our lives to be. So think about that when you judge somebody next time. What's the purpose of your judgment? And how do you get out of that judgment? What if you're just an observer? That would change things, wouldn't it? Woo! So good. Number 4, regular acts of compassion. Oh my gosh. So if you do a random act, this helps release those feel-good chemicals in your brain. And plus, it makes us feel like we're doing something for the greater good. We influence others and just to be kind, right? If we want to see kindness in the world, we have to be kind. And then if you're doing something nice for somebody, then of course, I'm not saying cross the line and go into people pleasing. I'm not saying that. Doing a random act of compassion. Ooh, that's pretty good. Number 5, reading an uplifting book. Yes, I did want to share. I just bought a whole series of the Care Bears books. I'm reading The Witch Down the Street right now. So I did buy the whole series of books in case I have to babysit any time. I need to be ready, and I need to have my books ready to take to babysit, because I do love books and I love to babysit. So, keep that out there. Read an uplifting book or listen to one. Audible, there's free library apps too that you can get downloaded books. So check that out. Oh, number 6, silence. Oh my gosh. Do you ever just sit there and my ears rang, but do you ever just sit or stand there and just it's just silent and it's so nice? I remember when I was so stressed out from work, you have like crazy things coming at you all day. You have like decision fatigue. Oh my gosh, have you ever had that where you're just making decisions all day and you're like, I cannot make one more decision? I remember pulling in the driveway and I just needed a minute of silence where I wasn't driving, I wasn't doing anything, and I would just pull in the driveway, shut the car off, and it was just silence, and I just needed a few minutes of silence before I went in the house. Because I knew I had to make more decisions, but I just needed those few minutes. So with so much information, energy in our environment coming at us, even just with the lights that are bright, all the things. If you have like stimulation overload, I hear it. Silence will give you the space for the universe to provide in extraordinary ways that we have not imagined. A lot of times we can just, if we don't hear that inner voice, we can't hear it. We can't hear the inner voice because everything on the outside is so loud. Everything is so loud. I mean, have you gone to the gas station lately? They have those TVs at the freaking pump that's like on level 52. I don't need that in my ear. I wish there was like a mute option because I don't want that. I don't want that in my face. I'll actually avoid certain gas stations so I don't have to hear that. You should too. I recommend that. Number 7, letting go. A lot of us are attached to issues, dramatic people, toxic people, being manipulated. We're attached to that. And so it's scary to us to think of our life without that attachment. But here's the thing. If you could let go of that, you would be making room for something new. What if there's a best friend out there? Let's say you have a toxic friend that just takes advantage of you. Maybe they have like narcissistic tendencies, take advantage of you. Let's say they're using you for your money or your situation or for their own benefit. Over here in left field, you have your best friend who's just waiting in the wings. This person over here is praying for a new best friend. Somebody that's wholesome, pure, authentic, fun, adventurous, loves life to the fullest, and lives it that way too. But what if that person's trying to find you and you're trying to find them? You think maybe, but you're spending all this time on toxic person over here. That's okay. It's time to break up. It's time to take your life in your own hands, and you can just let them go. It's okay. It's scary. Of course it's scary. Because now you don't know, and at least with your toxic friend, it's comfortable. That's a knowing. That's comfortable, okay? So it's time to get uncomfortable so that you can find this next person who should be in your life, because right now you're blocking them. Woo. Okay, number 8, prayer. Oh, prayer is one of the main ways that we can practice different things like spirituality, your religion, whatever works for you. It's an effort to communicate with something that's of a higher power or God, and it's actually one of our natural healing resources that we can use any time of the day. So you can, especially if you need a mental minute, right? Like I was saying earlier, go to the restroom and take a mental minute. You can do that too. Like sometimes we just have to close our eyes and just like shut everything out visually, shut it out audibly. And also, I found this quote. I thought this was pretty cool. It says, prayers can be said out loud, quietly, through song, dance, art, tears, and smudge, for example. You can also pray in any position. And I thought that was super interesting because I think, again, if you have a judgment, you may be having a different perspective of these things. And so really, prayers can be whatever you make it. That can include journaling. I consider like journaling almost like a written prayer. Number 9, like yoga, Tai Chi, and other similar discipline practices. So like moving your body in a way to help you stretch yourself and mentally, physically and mentally. Number 10, chanting. This is pretty great too. Chanting helps quiet the mind. While chant may or may not be appreciated by those listening, countless people today are chanting and listening to chant for its profound effects on consciousness. Also, I found some amazing audio on YouTube. If that's something that you're interested in, feel free to reach out. I can share what I found. But if you just YouTube, chanting is a spiritual practice, or chanting is however you want it. And it's a vibrational thing. So it's helping you lift your vibration, be on the same wavelength, if you think about it. And plus, it's supporting you vibrationally, and it's allowing you to clear your mind. Because just like if you've been with me in my laughing meditation, I always share that when we're laughing, we're just enjoying the laughter. You may have like one memory that you're holding on to, and then when you're in that laughter moment, we can't think about, bills, being stressed out, work tomorrow, 42 errands that we have to do, did we burn dinner, things like that, because you're just in the moment. And so it's that presence. So I just want to share those 10 activities for self-care, which is actually selfless, not selfish. A lot of people think self-care is selfish, and it's not. You have to take care of yourself to give more of yourself, which is really selfless for other people. You're giving less of yourself to them because you need to take care of yourself when you do that, and maybe less time for them. And so sometimes you have to learn to say no. I mean, that's a whole other lesson, right? So yes, I did have the Care Bear books, which have been pretty great. I'm very excited about those. And then so stay with us next week. I think we're doing a fun little wheel. We're gonna have a wheel of topics. And so we're going to spin the wheel, and then we're going to see what we get to talk about. So join us on that one. And again, if you wanted to check out the Functional Medicine Doctor, it's IW Centers, just the letter I, the letter W, centers.com. And we work with Dr. Josh Shields and Dr. Simmons. I don't know his first name. But the whole program is amazing. And I've actually set a personal record on my leg press. And now lifting weights, I'm actually getting a little cut muscle on my arms, which I'm very excited about. So I hope you're doing amazing. If not, please reach out. We have some tools that we can share with you and some resources to get you in contact with. I just want to say thanks so much for being here. And I hope you have an amazing day. Okay, we'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.